Alrighty guys, you wanted the video of the travel bus. Here it is. We're just going to talk about, I'm just going to list every single thing I've done to the bus. Yeah, answer some of the questions you guys asked me on Instagram, and that's basically it. First thing, before I say anything, because it's probably why 50% of you are here, I'm going to talk about my lift. I probably get asked about the lift maybe 3 times a week for the last 6 months, so I'm going to bury it here. Anyone that asks about it in the future, I'm just going to send them the link to this video. The suspension is, you listening? It is a 2-inch Dobinson's coils and shocks in the front and rear, but the rear have a 3-inch extended shock, as well as the 2-inch normal suspension setup. It's got a 2-inch subframe drop, which it's basically a body lift for the mono chassis. It's just got tons of spaces. It's got aftermarket lower control arms, those bad boys, and yeah, hard to see all the spaces underneath. But that's pretty much the lift. The rims are raceline clutch. They are 17-inch rims. They're 8.5 in width, and the offset is plus 18. The tyres are Maxxis Razors Mud Terrain 772s. They are 35s, or they're Imperial, so they're the 315 17s. Yeah, I know there's tyre shine. I tried to make it look good for you. It'll probably last about 2 minutes out here, but that's all right. Yeah, that's the tyre. This is not some promotion for them or anything. This is just, yeah, my honest sort of opinion on it. They handle really well on sand, and they are so quiet on the road. Will I buy them again when I get my upgrade? Don't know, maybe. All right, what else? We've got an ostrich wing 270 awning, which is one of my favorite things on the car. I'm gonna set it up. That's how much I love it, and it's kind of hot, so. But it's windy, so it'll give you an idea. Can you see that? It'll give you an idea of how quick it is, and good in the wind. That's it. Chuck a leg down. Oh, that's so much nicer. But yeah, this is the ostrich wing. Another thing I get asked tons of questions about. Handles really well in the wind. Takes like seconds to put up. It's got this little bad boy in case it rains. Haven't really had it in the rain yet, but yeah, structurally it's awesome. What else? Got my clear views, which I've just put on, which I love so far. Not even just look wise, just, yeah, they've been awesome, even just for towing the tinny around. I've got my ARB deluxe color coded front bar, which, yeah, I love the look of it. I went the white bar just because, I don't know, something a bit different. The spotties are Supernova 8.5 infinites, or infinite 8.5s. They've got nice little daytime running lights in there, but yeah, nice strong spotties. I've put them through hell when they've been good. The snorkel is from Moonlight Fabrication, which I believe don't fit snorkels anymore, but they still sell them. Not sure if they do the patches anymore, but yeah, just got a cheeky little king shower tent. I have a Rhino rack backbone system. Oh, the roof's dirty. Rhino rack backbone system with the flat rack. This thing's just been awesome, carries pretty much anything. Max Tracks, they've not really had any use. I think I've used them maybe once, and it wasn't even for my car. Bit of a subtle patch flex there, don't get bogged. Red Arc solar panel, probably shouldn't have slapped it, but that's been amazing. Yeah, what else? Let me just run through it all. I got solar shields in the back, which keep the bed set up. Lock this up. That's my bed set up. Yeah, I run the solar shields in the back just to keep it really cool in here when you sleep. It's awesome. Those little fans are really handy too. They're just off Amazon or something, but they're on like a nice little pivot, but they last days. This is something I made myself. This is just, I think it was 4 or 5 mil ply. Just chucked some carpet on it and some L brackets and went up against the solar shield. So still got that solar shield on the rear to keep the heat out, and then yeah, just added some carpet. It holds the plates, holds all the cooking stuff, some bowls. I've got my K-On drop down table, which I've had probably one of the longest. Oh, my spices. It's Just my spice rack, my G-Fresh spice rack for all my steaks and fish and whatnot. And the K-On shelves as well, or whatever they're called, storage compartments. They're wicked too, just to sort of hold a bit of everything. All my mozzie, oh, that's where that went. Keeps the sandflies away. Needed that on the islands the other day. But yeah, it just holds all the bits and pieces that you wouldn't usually be able to use. I did have the K-On rear shelf as well. It sounds like a big brand shout out now, but it's not. They just make, yeah, great products. Had the rear shelf in, but I'm not doing much traveling at the moment, just sort of around where I live, so don't need it. I've just got the basic King's Titan drawers, just because I was going to hack it up and put an angle in there anyway, but that just holds, yeah, cooker, lights, washing up stuff. It's pretty much the basics. There's my battery setup. I've got some USB points, 12 volt. Yeah, that's for the fridge. Fridge is an Engel 30 litre drawer fridge. There's not much in it at the moment. Didn't know I had a beer, that's going down. But yeah, that's pretty much that. I've also just realized by taking that K-On shelf out, I've given myself a bit of a mishap, because my table setup used to be held up off my shelf. So that shelf might be going back in, to be honest, or I'll just maybe do a little strap that goes to the roof. Got my Red Arc BCDC. You're probably wondering where my second battery is. That's a fun story. So under here is a 90 litre well, and that's where I'm running my second battery. It's a kick-ass 120 amp hour, just normal deep cycle battery. It's not lithium or anything, but it hasn't let me down yet. I put it under there purely because there was heaps of room, and I had the intent of like, oh, I'll just make something to lift that up later, but I haven't had a single issue with it, so I haven't needed to. But I've had to do something with the fridge where I had to take it all out, and it took me maybe 10 minutes, so it wasn't a huge deal. If I do need to get to the battery, it's there, but I'm pretty happy with it. This is the front part of the fridge, is literally just bolted to the back of the drawers there. Might be a bit hard to see. This was another 15-minute setup, which I was supposed to, you know, fix later, but it's just been awesome how it is, so I've just left it. It's got, yeah, storage under here for all my camera gear and, I don't know, just a bit of everything really. Whatever I need to chuck under there, I do. It's been good. Solar shields are from solarscreensaustralia.com, I think. You just got to email them. And inside the car, I've got sand grabber floor mats. They are wicked. They're just like 3D molded mats, but save your carpet so much. I talk about saving carpet, but I don't have seat covers, so don't judge me on that one, eh? Rightio, on this side, got my sand grabber floor mats too. Forgot to put my handbrake up. Lucky I'm not in the ocean, but I wasn't even in gear either. Okay, don't do what I just did, I'm an idiot. But yeah, it's manual, the goods. Just got my Savage gauges put in. I'll close the door so you can see them a bit better. But start the car. Got my Boost EGT. They look pretty schmicko. It's really hard to see with this sun, but yeah. Still got the factory head unit, which I need to upgrade. I've just got a basic GME UHF, nothing fancy at all. Probably needs an upgrade considering the speakers in it are gone. And I've got an aftermarket speaker under here so I can still hear everything, but that's been on the to-do list for a while now. So I can't see out the back there. So load it up. Hopefully it comes up with the name. There you go. Straight from Super Cheap. I think it's about 170 bucks, but yeah. Constant rear camera. You can move to face your tow ball. I love it, it's so good. Okay, these side panels I get asked a lot about, because obviously people want to bin the plastic and yeah, put on something a bit cleaner. But the guy that made these for me unfortunately doesn't make them anymore. But there is a guy apparently making fiberglass versions of them. I don't know his name, and I don't have any contact with him, so maybe go onto some of the pages and ask around. This number plate mount has like a light and stuff. It's from, oh, I forgot what it's called, but if you Google Jeep number plate relocation mount, that'll come up, and it's like 140 bucks or something, but it's the only one I could find that really works out for me. There's the mighty 4-cylinder. Beautiful. Another thing I wanted to show you that I've got is this. Got an ARB dual compressor here. I chuck it in the engine bay because it just sits in there so perfectly. Look at the turtle. He's cruising straight under me. Also, my exhaust is a 3-inch straight through Ruse exhaust system. The only other thing I can think of that I've missed is my Bushskins bash plate. I'm going to go through a couple of the Instagram questions that got answered just to, yeah, basically fill you guys in case there was anything I missed. Alright, first response to my story was asking about the pros and cons of the Gen 4 with the suspension setup I'm running and the 35-inch tyres, obviously. The cost, drivability and capability of it. Cost, I think it cost me about $5 to get the 4-inch lift put in without the spacer. As far as drivability goes, it drives so well. Like, I've had it on 2-inch and 33s and it drove the exact same. Like, it just, yeah. But yeah, it's really not that boaty. Still drives great, like no shaky steering wheel or anything like that. My God, the flies are friendly here. Why is it the best car for me? Like, I don't really care to go up ruddy tracks every weekend and stuff. I spend most of my weekends camping on the beach and yeah, traveling and stuff like that. So it's just been perfect. What's my favorite mod done to the Padge? Either the 270 awning or I love the bed setup. Bed setup's not really a mod, but yeah, the bed setup and the fridge and yeah, things like that, as well as the, man, I can't pick, there's too many. They all sort of work together. I've had no failures. Oh, I've broken one, well, not broken, I had a clicking CV, but other than that, everything has just been sweet. Like, I haven't had a single issue with this car. Touch wood. I took it around, yeah, the country, well, like WA and Northern Territory. I think it was like 20,000 Ks, and I think I had maybe one screw and a tire, and then that was like in the last couple of weeks of the trip. It's just been awesome. Black or white bull bar on a white car. What are your thoughts on why you went white, and do you regret it? The white bull bar has to be one of my favorite things on my car. Yeah, I've kind of always wanted a color match bar and I love it. I've put on mods to match, obviously the white aerial and white spotties, so I think it looks pretty schmicko. Did you end up getting it tuned? It's getting tuned in the next couple months, and yeah, along with some other things, but man, I'm just leaking everything now. Yeah, it is getting a tune though. Why did you get a Pajero instead of a more common platform like a Patrol or a Cruiser? Basically, my first four-wheel drive when I was younger, I had a Gen 3 Pajero, and like, I got that purely because it was like, it's the only four-wheel drive I could really afford that had any decent sort of capability. Like, I had an X-Trail before that, and yeah, all the Patrols and everything were just crazy price, and I was like, oh, I'll get a Padge, I'll try it. When I did my last Pajero build, the Gen 3, I went pretty much like stingy on everything. Like, I bought really cheap mods, took heaps of shortcuts, and I said if I ever had like good money, I was gonna get a newer Pajero and just do it all properly. That's why I've just gone like pretty much top brands for everything. And like, not that you need to go top brands to get good things. I just wanted things that were going to last. I knew I had this trip coming up that I wanted to not have to change out parts, etc. So yeah, pretty much why. Also, to add on to that, the experience I've had since I've bought the car, there is like, unless you're driving through massive, like super flexy ruts every weekend, which is cool if you do, but I don't. So this car is it's just so good on everything, man. Comfort, like, so many little accessories in here from like this kind of thing, man. Like, things like that. Just as far as the Padge versus other 4Bs on the market, like, don't get me wrong, I love Cruisers, I love Patrols, I love all 4Bs except for Jeeps, and like, there's pretty much nothing this car doesn't have apart from flex. Everyone's like, oh, flex, but like, the only time it flexes out is when I'm doing like stupidly ruddy hills or things like that, and it still gets up it. Like, it's really not a massive deal. If I wanted it to be super, like, really good on those kind of situations, I'd just get lockers and then it'd be fine. As far as beaches goes, it's got tons of power. Like, it's not let me down at all reliability wise. I've taken it everywhere. Like, it goes everywhere. It's so capable as a four-wheel drive. It's fast, it's comfortable, it uses no fuel. Like, I can't fault it. I love it. I love all the room in the back. So many aftermarket accessories are now for the Padge. Like, it's so easy to upgrade everything. But yeah, thanks again for watching, and yeah, hopefully the bus will be making a lot more appearances in my videos, doing camp trips and four-wheel driving trips. So just follow along, and yeah, thanks guys, enjoy.